There we go. Perfect.
What up, everybody? I see everybody tapping into the live. Appreciate y'all, man. Shit, nigga working.
I already know what time it is. That's major. That's
For
major.
sure.
What's that? No. Somebody picking up mic. Switch it real quick. There we go. All right. What happened with that? All right, there we go. We're going to keep this thing rolling. So, listen, we are back in the building with you. What's picking up? Stop it real quick. The broadcast. Stop the broadcast and take music. I think it's where my phone, because everybody volume down on low. There you go.
We're gonna do it all over.
We're going to do it all over again. We're going to rock it in.
Yeah.
One on one TK ready. Good morning. Happy Friday. It's your girl. I am Chelsea Speaks. We are back in the building. Hands together one time. I had to read. That's, when greatness is in the room, you have to start over and start again. You know what I'm saying? So let me get that back right again.
Yeah.
Put your hands together one time for the brain, the masterminds, the creative geniuses behind Love for CRUJAY. What's going on?
What's up, Chelsea?
How you doing?
Man, the pleasure's all mine.
You are high in demand, sir.
For sure. Thank you.
For several reasons. I've been watching your brand for quite some time. I rock the brand. I know how I feel when I have the brand on. So today we got to get into the conversation to really, really talk about just the meaning of power behind hands, love for crew, the creation, why it's so important, and why wearing clothes and power really does make you the person that you say you are.
Yeah, for sure. Let's get into it.
Man, listen, so first I'm going to break you in. You ready? I always ask my guests 3 questions to start off.
Let's get it.
Now, the rule of the game is you got to answer the first answer that comes to your mind. You cannot think about it.
All right.
No matter how bad it sounds.
All right.
Ready for the first question?
Yeah, let's go.
Favorite position?
From the back.
Lord have mercy. Some people say CEO, some people say like sports, so we'll give them a head tap that one time.
You said favorite position, right?
Yeah, I feel you.
I thought you were going in that direction anyway. You know what I'm
You
saying?
can always see what people's head is.
Yeah, for sure.
And he laid there from the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Superstar status.
Superstar. All right, second question. If you could have chosen any other career, what would that have been and why?
I would have been an artist, a rapper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, why that?
Because I can rap.
All right now, Jay.
Yeah.
Straight to the point, huh? Straight to shoot on that thing.
For sure.
All right, third question.
Uh-huh.
Your all-time celebrity crush. Think back to when you were a kid.
That's
Who
a
was you
great
crushing
question.
on?
That's a great question. Damn.
You can't say Buffy to bye.
No.
Laura Winslow?
Let me see. That's a great
You
question.
ever thought about that?
Yeah.
That'll make you think. What about yours? Who's your childhood crush?
Oh, childhood crush.
Childhood crush.
I gotta think about that.
I gotta think about
Y'all want to
right
circle
there,
back
right
around?
there.
Yeah, we
Y'all got to circle back on that one. Different if you said some adult crushes, honey.
Okay. So what about adult crush then? We'll take an adult crush.
I like Michael B. Jordan.
All right, we'll take Michael B. All right, what you got, Jay?
Oh, man, that's crazy.
It's a whole
It's so
Rolodex.
many of
There's so many of them, for real. Let's go Nia Long.
Okay, then we'll take a little hands together. We'll take a little Nia Long.
Let's go Nia Long.
Classic,
Shout out to
classic.
Nia.
Shout out to Nia. Okay, I can see the cheeky eyes. Okay,
Yeah,
I can see.
shout
I
out
can
to
see.
Nia.
Well,
Yeah.
listen, we got a lot of ground to cover. Let's first talk about Love for Crew.
Okay.
The name, the meaning. Where did it come from?
All right, Love for Crew means life, understanding values, creatively restoring unity.
Okay.
Okay. The number 4 represents 4 seasons. And I feel culturally responsible to drip all 4 seasons.
Okay.
I feel like that's my obligation to the culture, right?
Okay.
And then on top of that, 4 quarters make $1.
Okay.
So when you add all that up, that's Love for a Crew.
Okay.
Life, understanding values, creatively restoring unity.
Listen.
That part.
Yeah. And the logo itself is actually called The Power of Hands.
And we got to get into that because even when I first started wearing the products, I'm like, I would just say Love for Crew. But then when I
Yeah.
started seeing Power Hands, I'm like, what does that mean? So why the Power of Hands?
Okay, so you can see the logo is so self-explanatory that you can't go wrong with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the universal, that's the catch.
Okay.
That's what the people are buying into. So what it actually means in depth is one hand reaching down, one hand reaching up. We all done been in that different aspects.
Absolutely.
You can all relate to wherever you at in your positioning
Yes,
in this
Lord.
world.
Yes.
And this economy. I'm sure you can relate.
Absolutely.
Right? And the hands aren't touching. The space between the hands represents potential.
Wow.
The potential that it requires for somebody that's up to reach down, and the same potential is required
To
reach up and ask for some help.
Listen.
You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of like a catch-all.
Now that's powerful
Yeah.
because we as a black people, we see so many brands and even though they look good, the meaning doesn't carry a whole lot of weight to
Yeah.
it. So with that being said, this whole meaning that you're giving is really waking up the spirit of entrepreneurship because it's showing the different levels that come with that. So for you releasing your clothing line, how did it feel first putting those products together? Because I know the creative process can be quite the thing. So walk me through how it was to kind of get the logo design. How was the process? And as branding manager, how did you guys bring that together?
Yeah, you want to answer that first? You want to go into that?
So, I mean, Jay is a super dope creator, right?
Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
2.5 years ago, when he kind of bought me down to with the brand, my thing is, I like to make people rich.
Right.
Like,
we like that part. No wonder you got to do it like that. Amen.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been managing things since I was 15, literally, like from different things. So, when he seen that in me, I was like, we need to take this, because this vision that he got is super dope.
Yeah.
Like, we need to take this to the next level. So it'll be times, like, it could be 1 a.m. He hit me up and like, hey, I got this dope ass idea, for something super dope and creative. And I just go with it. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when it comes into like, you got 2 different people. Because one thing about it is, you can't have, like I always say this saying, right? It's only one chief in the tribe.
Amen.
And you got to get in where you fit in.
Absolutely. Know your role.
And that's the only way that we can kind of elevate as a race. We got too many people want to be bosses and want to be CEOs. But when you humbly come into some dope things, you got to play your role and play your position.
Absolutely.
So that's what I like to do. I like to manage things. I like to get it out there. And I'm just a hard worker. So partnered up with this dope creator, we kind of like a dynamic duo because we going to get on up and through there.
Yeah.
So, so with his creative genius, with my hard work and effort, Love for CRUJAY is about to take off. You know
Listen,
what I'm saying?
and it really is, and it's
That
crazy 'cause
part.
you can feel the energy of it. You know what I'm saying? As I'm scrolling through my feed and I'm looking, I'm just seeing the post, and I'm like, okay, Jay and them on something.
Yeah.
They own some. You hear it's your season.
Yeah.
But until you own it, so for you, how did you first realize that this right here, what we're building, this is going to break generational curses? How did you have that moment?
Well, I always knew I had something to give to the culture. And God knew that I wasn't going to be satisfied until I actually did that, right? Because I started off as an artist, you know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
I constructed the brand more so on some artistry.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's such an easy transition.
Okay.
Because I was a dope artist.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a window.
So creative, yeah, just being
It's
a
a
whole
window.
creative, yeah.
It's a window of
yeah.
opportunity with the artistry. So I knew I had something still to give.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
missed the window of opportunity.
I feel you.
As an artist.
I feel you.
But I wasn't gonna be satisfied until I actually had something to contribute to the culture.
Yeah.
So once I found out, and I always been dressing. I have a reputation for dressing and being stylish. You know, since way back, right?
Yeah.
So it wasn't a stretch. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? It was like an easy.
It was still true to you.
Yeah. So this is nobody. What I'm doing right now comes as no surprise to nobody that knows me.
Because they've known you to be
Right.
creative.
So it's like the support is there. People always told me, man, we'll support whatever you do. You know what I'm saying? Just give us something to support.
Yeah.
And so when I found my passion for the fashion, it was just like me hustling everything else I was
Yeah,
hustling. You know what I'm
pushing it,
saying? Because
yeah.
I'm a hustler by nature,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So this is my legitimate way to give back to the culture. And it's just rewarding, man, to see people wear this stuff and really wear it with pride, you know. And it's a rewarding feeling, man. I wouldn't trade it for the world, man.
Man, that's what I'm talking about. Listen, when we come back, we're going to talk some more to Love for Crew, to JMI, but we in the building. Black.
Yeah.
How about Black Business Matters? Give me a BBM shirt. You know what I'm saying? Black Business Matters. Y'all know what time it is. Stay locked in. 101 TK Radio. Knocking about the box. We'll be back in a minute. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, well. on, TK already. We're back in the building. Put your hands together one time. Y'all know what's going on.
Jigga, jigga, jig.
It's the energy for me. You need the energy. Tell me something. As creatives, what contributes to your best creative energy? Like, what do you need? You like a drink, or like, what is your formula for creating?
Man, I just roll out of the bed and do the dope shit.
I know that's right.
That's it. You know what I'm saying?
You brush your teeth first?
100%. No, you see these pearly white?
Okay, they pearly, Jesus, they pearly.
Yeah, man. It's really when it's really in you, it requires no effort. Like, I get asked that a lot, you know what I'm saying? So I don't really, it's like a deer in the headlights when I ask that question because I'm just that creative, you know what I'm saying? And it's hard to explain without unpacking a whole lot of stuff, but I'm just passionate about being dope, you know what I'm saying? And that's really nothing more else to it, you know.
So how do you define dope? Because we know we live in an era where everybody say everything dope.
Exactly.
You need to stay off that dope, boy.
Hey,
You need to
look,
stay off that dope.
exactly. And
How
they
do you
also
define it?
consider everybody legends too.
I'm telling you.
They use that word
In
way
a
too
microwave
much.
society.
Yeah, legends. They done took
That
all the luster off that word right
Yeah,
there.
they have.
But what I consider dope is anything that you can stand behind 100% and it catch on.
Yeah.
And you then become a trendsetter. And then people want to look up to you and aspire to do what you are putting out and creating.
Yeah.
Making that connection is
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like you just said, everybody in their head and their mind think they're dope.
Yeah.
And everybody is.
Yeah, in
you know
their
what I'm
own
saying?
way,
In
yeah.
their own way. If everybody can just lock into that, you know
Tap
what I'm
in.
saying, and tap
Yeah.
into that.
Yeah.
Big, small, tall, skinny, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
However you come in, that's dope. If you true to it and you wake up and do it every day, I consider that dope.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
I know
The
that's
consistency
right.
behind
Consistency behind
what
it.
you do is dope. You
I
know
know
what I'm
that's
saying?
right.
Yeah, for sure.
He over here empowering the motherfucker. So when it comes to your creative blend, how does that relationship go as far as working together? Because we just talked about on my show earlier, a lot of men, when it comes to working with women, they'll be intimidated or they won't lift them up. A lot of women will hate on men and not know how to support. So how do a male and female find that balance to work together as successful entrepreneurs in building a brand? Like, what do you do when you're not on the same page? How do you handle that?
That's a dope question. Like, for one, we both Capricorns, right?
Wow.
So, you know.
Well, that's kind of a good thing. Exactly.
Exactly.
We Tauruses. Okay.
Yeah. So that goes
It's a
good.
natural chemistry.
Yeah.
And we're friends.
Got
Exactly.
you.
So
Okay.
what I try to do is, all my relationships up until this point, I try to make them indestructible.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you have to actually do something to me for me to fall out with you at this point. Because
Okay.
my circle's so tight. I give so much leeway, and I'm
Yeah.
a forgiving person because I'm too creative
Yeah.
to
Oh,
hang on and
Wow.
and hold on to a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So where you think you might be upset with me, I done forgot about
done
it,
left
moved
it.
on.
Listen.
Like people think like I'm out of their reach,
Yeah.
but they really can still fuck with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But in their mind,
They've kind of
they created the distance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I find that people do that a lot. And that even when I listen to some of my idols and people that I look up to, it's never the money that changes. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I heard that and I never understood that, right? People change.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And
Yes.
when you become successful, you don't become successful to stay the same.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Change is good.
Yeah,
You're supposed to.
yeah, you don't do all this work and all
And go back to the hood,
and
try
go,
to get away.
yeah, most
Yeah.
people that's really of that element, they trying to get away. I find people that's not really into that life, they trying to tap into
Trying
it.
to tap into
And
it,
that's the
get in.
separation. Like who wants to, all the guys that I know that's from the streets and that's done street stuff and affiliated in XYZ, they trying to get out of it.
Yeah.
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 All the people that didn't really come up like that,
They trying to
they
get,
trying to get
credibility
in
in
it.
Yep.
No.
And that's what's getting these young brothers killed too.
They
at the same
seeing
time.
it being glorified.
Exactly, because they're out of their element. So anytime you step out of your element, you put yourself in harm's way, to get hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah.
So now, something powerful that you just said, and it's funny you said the word forgiveness, because it's been in my spirit the past couple of weeks, and I was gonna post it on Facebook. I said, no, it's too rich. They don't give them that. But I'm realizing forgiveness is a part of leadership because you have to keep your channel flowing. So, like for you, when did you realize that forgiveness was necessary? Because there's so many things we talk about as leaders and as bosses, but black people, when we get to business, when we bump heads, we don't know how to forgive.
Yeah.
That be it. But white people.
Yeah.
Baby, they don't even care.
They don't
care.
They don't even care.
That's all right about your car, something like that.
Take it off.
So I guess because I was raised white,
Okay.
and I got that God spirit in me,
Yeah.
man, I can't harbor bad feelings because what it does is it constricts my creative process. So it's more easier for me to just move on and let it go.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm so busy. If I get caught up in my feelings, like that'll throw me off track.
That's
you know
real.
what I'm saying? So
That's real.
yeah, you have to actually do something to really, really cross me for me to fall out with you because first of all, I ain't gonna be around you long enough for you to do something to piss me off on that level because I'm a big energy reader.
I'm gonna pick it up.
So I pick it up. If it's like that, then I'm out. What's up? Pound you down. Cool.
Right.
Pay my respect, and then I'm out. I don't never be at one place too long.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For nobody to piss
Especially
me
in
off.
Atlanta, you got to be moving around. Listen.
Yeah, so I'm hard to piss off in that regard, but you know, if you do, then it's a whole different side.
Okay,
so,
that's
and
which
then
is
I
be
can,
expected.
and then at that point I can justify what I'm gonna do to you
Because
too.
you did.
So
Nah, to treat you. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Know how to deal with
and so it is important because as a clothing brand, no shade now. I said I'm gonna be good. But everybody and their mama swear they got a clothing line.
That
So,
part. Oh my
but
God.
let me tell you something on that. let me clear something up on that. People do, right? But it's a difference between clothing lines and having merch.
Talk about it.
Okay, merch is a support of an event or a concert or a particular initiative.
It's a marketing piece.
A particular initiative.
Okay.
A clothing line is constructed from top to bottom. It's a manufacturing process. It's tags, it's zip tags, it's pop tags, it's sizing, it's scaling.
Yeah.
It's more intricate when it comes to actually doing a clothing line,
You're
packaging.
curating a whole
So people
experience.
confuse having a clothing line with merch.
They do.
Yeah,
They do.
Yeah, because if you got a logo, that's cool. But if gilding is on the back of your T-shirt, then you tripping. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it funky. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Shout out to my cousin. You keep pushing, cousin.
But with all due respect, that's a lane too.
Yeah, it
But
is.
people, once you understand the lane, you can work the lane and get the money out the lane.
Yeah.
But don't confuse the two. That's the separation.
Yeah.
I just happen to know the difference. You know what I'm saying?
And that's real. And more people, honestly, we need to be educated about it.
Yeah.
Because if you allow somebody to run around with a gilded shirt, somebody got a call line, you just as trifling as
Exactly.
them. Let them know you have merch.
I just got merch.
Not a clothing line.
For sure.
Big difference.
Big difference.
So I'm curious, with the design of your line, you guys embroider. Embroider ain't no cheap process.
No, it's not. It's not.
Not at all.
And that's what stands. That's what's been successful for the brand, the fact that our quality.
Yes.
I mean, from top to bottom, from when we started, everybody just been harping on how nice our quality is. I spare no expense when it comes to quality.
That's
because
major.
I believe in quality over quantity.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And I have a scaling mentality. I go into my productions with a scaling mentality, so I won't waste no money. So I try to only produce some of my best ideas.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because this is all independent. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
independently funded, yeah.
So shout out to the fact that we independent. So
your hands
labels,
together one time for that.
distribution, y'all can come start hollering. You know what I'm
We
saying?
need investors.
We can use some of those dollars.
Yep.
You know what I'm
Bring it.
saying? But until then, I'm a hand-to-hand guy.
Yeah.
It's crazy because I feel like I can hand-to-hand this thing all the way until somebody just
I
want
feel
to
you,
give me a
dog.
bag.
But that's when you're walking
Yeah.
billboard.
Not only hand-to-hand, our website is doing really, really well too.
Nice.
It's loveforcrew.com for all the listeners. LUV4CRU.com.
I love that.
Yeah.
Man, listen, we having some intense conversation. When we come back, we're going to talk some more about the masterminding behind the process,
Yep.
building your business mind, and more from Love for Crew. Y'all stay locked on 101 TKO Radio, knocking them out the box. And if you got questions, call me in 678-439-7419. Let's go. 101 TKO Radio. My guy Kodak Black. Put your hands together for Kodak.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kodak.
He's a good man.
100% true.
I love him. Cause who are some of your favorite artists right now?
I like Gucci.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of
Old or
Gucci.
young Gucci?
I like the Gucci right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Now that's controversial.
Yeah. But I know, Gucci from East Atlanta, so I
Shout
grew
out
with
to
Gucci, so I can appreciate
Where
where
you
he
from
at
in East
right
Atlanta?
now. I'm from Decatur, actually.
I'm from Stone Mountain. What school you went to, homeboy?
I went to Cedar Grove.
I went to Stevenson. Okay,
For sure.
all right.
Shout out to Cedar Grove. We done won like 4
Hold on, dog.
football championships. We the powerhouse in Atlanta.
Y'all band ain't got no
Metro.
smoke. Y'all band ain't got no smoke.
Nah,
The band ain't-
our band done improved, but I guess
Not improved.
But the band always was Southwest DeKalb.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They
They are.
always had the good band. They always.
Southwest DeKalb was
Oh,
ratchet.
you went to Mac now? For sure.
Southwest was ratchet.
Yeah, was it?
You know, they a little bit. You know, just a little bit.
Shout
So you
out
said
to-
Gucci. Anybody else you like?
Jay-Z.
Okay.
I like the moguls, and I like the up and comers. If you ask me about the up and comers, I like Lil Baby.
Okay.
I like D.O.P.E.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Lil
like-
baby, Lil baby.
Yeah, I
everybody.
like the thing I like about D.O.P.E. Like
Yeah,
he
talk
remind
about
me
that.
like a Busta Rhymes. You know what I'm saying? As far as the way he does his videos and
Oh, that whole
he's
crazy cinematic
he's very
kinda.
very
Animated.
cinematic in
Yeah.
his videos and animated. That shit kind of dope. The game's kind of missing that. Like he take his video process and stuff real serious.
Now,
I appreciate
Now,
it.
how do you feel? Because they just said that they're trying to blackball him.
Well, he's gonna be hard to blackball because he done really went through some stuff. You know what I'm saying? So and he's talented.
Okay.
So sometimes you can outwork and be that much dope where it's
Yeah.
hard. So everybody ain't meant to be blackballed.
That's true.
You know what I'm
That
saying?
is. That's a good point.
And how candid you are with your fans, how candid you are as a person. Some of that stuff gonna miss you.
Yeah.
If you come in the game fragile and you got a lot of skeletons in your closet, then you can be blackballed. But I find it's transparent as
Yeah.
you be.
It's a strength.
You vindicate yourself from
Yeah.
anything, backlash,
Yeah.
scandal, everything. I mean,
Yeah.
it's no secret. You know what I'm saying? So
That's listen, that's so real.
I
right
pride
there.
myself on transparency.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
And I always say, if you stand on your own dirt, nobody can throw it against
exactly.
you. Nobody can use it
Yeah.
against you.
You de-weaponize it.
I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
for sure.
So for you as a business owner, I always say there's a certain level of interpersonal healing
Mm-hmm.
and development that you have to go through to be a successful business owner.
Yeah.
What does that growth look like for you? Because surely you were not the same Jade now that you were years
Yeah.
ago. So how do you kind of look at your process of where you are now?
Going broke.
That's real.
Man, but I'm telling you, that's the biggest lesson. I can't tell nobody what to do with their money. My parents didn't grow up telling me what to do with my money. My dad used to just say, going broke could tell the whole story. You know what I'm saying? Have to rebuild. I'm not finna tell you what to do with your money. Just
Yeah.
go broke, lose it. That's the biggest lesson. That's the biggest lesson that
Yeah.
anybody can tell you about money. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't really know how you gonna respond to money. You know what I'm
Until-
saying?
yeah.
Until you get it. And the biggest lesson in that is to lose it.
Ooh, Jesus.
So I try not to make the same mistakes twice, and you urge all the up and coming the kids to get your credit straight early.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And start developing some good financial practices early. You know what I'm saying? Make your mistakes early.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Don't be no
Shout out to my
old
ex.
fool. You can be a young fool. You can be a young fool,
Young
but don't be no,
don't be
old,
no
fool.
old fool.
Yeah, for sure.
I know that's right. So when it comes down to the whole learning process of educating yourself behind a clothing line, a lot of people don't understand the time that has to go into it. So for you, what kind of brain space do you have to be in? Like, are you researching material? What type of thing are you researching when you're building a clothing line?
I'm researching everything, but at the same time, I'm learning as I go.
Okay.
So I'm one of them type of people. I don't have to have all the logistics. If I'm passionate enough about it, I can learn as I go.
Okay.
That's my talent.
Yeah.
I don't have to sit down and study a whole lot of
That's
stuff.
real.
I got a real eye for it. I know what's hot. I know what's not. And I'm just tapped in that fashion.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Some people have to do a lot of research. By the time I do a lot of research, I'm off to something else.
Okay.
So the time it takes for an average person to figure out how to do the
that creative
business.
process, you go.
I done
clean and
already
go.
did 2-3 businesses. I'm already,
Up and going.
Yeah.
How do you keep up?
It's tough.
How do you keep
It's
up?
tough. But you know what? I like the challenge.
Yeah.
Like, I'm one of them people, like, I done worked damn near 3 jobs at one time. before.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm the type, like I tell you, like, he'll hit you up at 4 o'clock in the morning. If you ain't ready to take it down, like, he know I'm going to run with it.
Yeah.
As soon as he give me something, I'm off to the races with it. So it's like, you got to have, for one, take the ego up about it. For 2, be open to constructive criticism.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah.
And don't be so stuck in your head where you're too old to learn.
Yeah.
Like I learned so much working with Jay with this whole fashion and learning about materials and learning about how to deal with vendors and just the overall process. Like, and that's the beauty of our friendship. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm all ears. Like he tell me something like, hold on, what you say now? How you put that material right now? Like, so I'm one of them people, like, I feel like I could do it all.
Yeah.
I feel like I rest when I'm dead. Right now, I ain't got time to rest. So, like, I'm moving.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
now the time.
I'm one of them women, I'm a little different. Like, I don't got no kids. I don't be running around. Like, I'm so busy about my bag and trying to really, really, really run this brand to the top. So, once we get to the top, people be like, oh, you can chill. Nah, we on something else. We got artists and all type of stuff. You know, all type of artists in
it's
our
a whole
things. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
So, it's like when me and Jay take Love for Crew to the next level, we like, okay,
something else
Love for Crew 2.0, what's next?
Yeah.
So, you know, that overall, our dynamic duo, being open to learn and being open to constructive criticism make this just a powerhouse.
Now let's talk about pricing. Because a lot of times our people, we be like, well, we will look at it and be like, oh, it's a clothing line and assume that shirt should be $20. Not understanding. So can you just give our listeners a breakdown so they understand when you investing in a non-gilding brand?
Exactly. Say that one more time.
Non-gilding brand. Tell us, like, give us the mindset of it.
Okay, yeah. So when you set your pricing, that's something that you got to do very early in the game so people respect your pricing, right? So people respect what they pay for. That's what I learned early. You know, so you got a $100 T-shirt versus a $40 T-shirt. The consumer is more inclined to take that $100 T-shirt and go take it to the cleaners.
Yeah.
The 40 are go in the wash machine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just understand that people actually respect what they pay for.
Yeah.
So I set my pricing. What my pricing is what my pricing is, and I don't negotiate and build that based off nobody's budget. You know what I'm saying? So you can either afford what we bring into the marketplace or you can't.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. I can afford to be that way. You know what I'm saying?
How did you get to that point? Because I meet a lot of people are afraid to ask for the bag.
Yeah.
Like, how did you overcome? I mean, I know you can't be, but how did you?
I work hard, you know what I'm saying? I'm a hard worker, and I'm pretty decent with money, so I don't spare no expense with the brand. So I know how much it requires for me to produce the work. So I set my prices based on just that alone, you know what I'm saying? And the quality of it, and the potential of it, and the people that's gracing their presence and wearing this shit. So you build up your cachet based on the work you put in, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so I just stand on it like that, and we've been successful.
I mean, it sounds like it's a whole lot of knowing your worth as well.
Yeah, that
and
too.
I think a lot of business owners, we don't get to pop our collar sometimes because people think you're acting funny and brand new.
Yeah,
so what is the importance of knowing your worth as a business owner, and how does that affect your hand-to-hand sales?
Well, just knowing your worth, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, that's just really all it's about, and making people believe. You got to make sure that people are growing with you. You know what I'm saying? In this culture, it's very funny about the urban culture. Once they feel like they're growing with you, they'll support you. Once they feel like they no longer have a hand in your success, the game will flip on you. Right?
Yeah.
Once they, like, I done seen, he too successful. It's a such thing called being too successful.
Yeah.
So,
that's real.
So on your way on the top, you want to make sure you're taking the stairs, not the elevator, and outgrow your consumer and your fan base. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't in a rush. So the fact that I ain't in a rush, it helps me cultivate a niche, or what they call like a cult-like following. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm more on the back end than the front end. So I understand that I'm a, be a little bit more sharing at this particular point, because now it's all about the looks. It's not about the money. Right now, I turn down the money for a bigger look.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? With the intentions on doing something big later on. You know what I'm saying? So that's just a mentality that you got to have and be able to afford to have. You got to be able to afford that mentality.
That's heavy right there.
A lot of people, what I'm starting to figure out is a lot of people can't afford to be in business. You know what I'm saying?
Talk about it.
Yeah. So when it comes to that, if a consumer or you selling something, or somebody coming into your place of business, if that one sale has something to do with whether your lights are on, and
Then
whether
you can't afford
if it
to.
compromises your lifestyle, you really can't afford to be in business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My business, I feel like, will stand up whether somebody come shop with me or not. I at least have enough to keep my lights on, water on, keep
everything
keep
operating,
everything
functioning.
operating, and let the game come to us.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I try to just have enough finances to be able to do that. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? And that's,
And I mean, I think it's similar to like artistry. You know, being a starving artist is not the move no
Nah,
more.
nah,
like
nah.
for you to create.
yeah, you got to look like it. You got to look like it. I mean,
What if
literally,
you got on a Gildan shirt? Can you? I'm getting
Not on
on
the-
Gildan.
you got to look
I
like
better
it,
not
man.
meet a nigga with a Gildan shirt.
Money attracts money. Don't nobody want to be affiliated and associated with feeling like they got to make you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People
Yeah.
want to attach themselves to something that looks like it's already made. You know what I'm saying? Money attracts money.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm a firm believer in that, and you got to look like it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's a heavy thing. You gotta
Oh, yeah.
look like it. You know
You
what I'm
gotta look
saying?
like
it.
Now, one question I want to ask is all in my spirit. I feel like Jay's a conundrum of information, like a little oracle. Like, and what about this, Jay? So when it comes to separating yourself, because a lot of entrepreneurs, there are things that we go through that I think we don't touch on enough, and just as far as the mental growth, the spiritual growth. When it was time for you guys to separate, and you knew that you were going to elevate, how did you handle, kind of letting go of, people that were comfortable with you, and saying, okay, it's going to require a different version of us, because every next level of you requires a different version. So how did that work for you? How did that feel? Because a lot of times we just see people elevate, but we don't know how they felt when they did it.
Well, I'm mature. I got some age. I'm a young OG.
What?
So I already
I
done,
thought you were 21.
so I already done made my young boy mistakes. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? So
Okay.
my circle is already, through attrition, has already done
Go
scaled
ahead and
itself
scale.
down.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Just because, various reasons.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
life-
But yeah, so that's not a problem. I'm glad that I'm reaching this level of success at this age versus maybe 10 years ago. Because I could
Absolutely.
have been doing the same
Yeah,
thing
real
10
talk.
years ago. And I would have
It
had
wouldn't have been the
it
same.
wouldn't have been the same.
Yeah,
So the
yeah.
timing of it, and it helps with the maturation process. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? As far as
Yeah.
being mature enough to be able to carry yourself in this space, because it comes with a lot of with most success comes with more responsibility.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah.
They
So-
say fast success builds ego and slow success builds character.
yes, for sure.
So
Yeah,
that's been
yeah.
something that you've done thus far. So what do you
Facts.
feel has been the biggest accomplishment thus far for Love for Crew?
Well, thus far we just had 50.
Oh yeah.
Well, I saw that
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
50,
We just had that boy
In that
50.
tracksuit.
We just
Just
had
seen
50.
it. Looking
We
good.
just had 50
Tell me if
Cent.
he want me to help him put that suit on.
We gonna let him know.
He
let him
overseas
know.
somewhere. Yeah, you got to catch him
You
overseas.
can put me in a suitcase and ship me off with a Gildan passport.
Okay. Stamp.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's been thus far the greatest accomplishment.
Yeah, 50 Cent wearing that was a
Oh,
big
man.
look. And shout out to Drummer Boy
Yeah.
and the House of Fresh and
House of Fresh.
and Hari
Okay.
and also Crusade, right? That's
Yep,
his name,
Crusade.
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 Yeah, Crusade is the photographer for 50.
Yeah, so we was
Man.
able to connect, you know what I'm saying, through those channels
Okay.
and execute that play right there, and it's been big. Ever since then, people seen 50 in our tracksuits. I mean, my phone's been ringing,
Picking up, huh?
things are picking up. Yeah, these
a good
tracksuits are in high demand.
Boy, I can't wait to
yeah.
get mine. Like, I be looking at the post. I be like, he don't even look good. And that's the blue for my
I'll rock
skin.
that a little better.
I rock that a little bit better. Ain't like a mug.
For sure,
I
for
wonder if they
sure.
got that in pink. Cause listen, I wore my sweatpants last week to Putt Shack.
Yeah.
Bro, I felt like
Super
a
dope.
G. Like you couldn't tell me. That's why I was standing on purpose, just standing weird for no
Looking
reason.
super hard.
You know what I'm saying?
You look good. though.
You know, so
Yeah,
I
that was a
love the
good look.
quality of the
Yeah.
brand, man, and I look
sure.
forward to it. Like when I pull y'all's pieces out, like my heart be happy.
Man,
Like
that's
I be like,
what's up,
oh, it's
man.
love,
That
it's
feels
love
good
for
to
Crew,
hear
bro.
Big
Like
love.
it's exclusive.
That's
So
big love.
we gonna take a little break real quick. When we come back, we gonna get some information for up and coming brands and how they can scale up like Love for Crew, because it's all about reaching back and helping
Yeah,
somebody, right?
Power of hands.
Power of hands.
Yeah, for
101
sure.
TKO Radio. Let's go.
Look, you showed what we got.
101 TKO Radio, spitting off the top like a freestyle. I really just realized what he was talking about when he said that. that was a, these lyrics in these songs nowadays are very, very outlandish. Have you guys, or do you guys, do you ever feel like these songs are just like too much?
Too much. It's like a diary or something.
Yeah,
like we was listening to Glorilla.
What y'all?
With the remix of Cardi, I'm like, what damn? What y'all talking about?
I was about to do it.
I know, right? Right. Her voice is killer.
Different.
Yeah, it's different. It's
you
a
know
killer.
what? It's had
like
to
her.
grow on me.
Yeah.
But it makes me listen to what she has to say.
Yeah.
Which is another thing that I love about this era, the fact that we're a lot more open to the different types of people, the different types of brands, the different types of experiences. People want a variety now. Transparency is top key, you know what I'm saying? Vulnerability is high maintenance.
Yep.
So a lot of people don't understand that the more you show your hand, the better off you are. So with that being said, my last series of questions, when it comes down to aspiring, people that want to do clothing brands, where should they start?
That's a loaded question. What I would suggest somebody to do is before they start with their logos, make sure you can clear their logo.
Okay.
Because people using logos that they really don't have
That's real.
ownership of, and somebody already got it. People are using names that they can't clear, and you know what I'm saying. They getting carried away. They putting the cart before the horse.
Yeah.
As far as the brand, they get an idea, they like it, they draw up a logo, and they think they can run
That's
with it.
it, yeah.
Next thing you know, they got a cease and desist in the mail. You know what I'm saying. So I would suggest any brand, clothing brand, whatever kind of brand, get your business and your logistics of your business done first before you start investing a lot of money.
Yeah.
Because what you'll find with a good lawyer, they'll be like, you can't use it.
Yeah.
So now you got that idea
Revamp the
that you
whole
thought that was
thing.
straight and that you fell in love with.
Yeah.
That's when you show who's real creative or not. Because
That's
I
true.
ran into that.
Really?
Because initially the brand name was Crew Love.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
And somebody had that?
Yeah, not on. Yeah, that Drake had a song. It was just a lot of
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah.
with Crew Love that I couldn't use. So my creative flipped it and
turn into something
Love
else.
for Crew acronym. It just put it all together. But that's just go to my level of creativity.
Yeah.
And so that's where I would start for anybody that want to do a brand. Make
So-
sure your business on the logistics and the litigation side
Yeah.
is taken care of.
And it's interesting because I feel like as a culture, a lot of times we get scared of words like litigation,
Yeah,
and trademark, and attorney.
Yeah.
But if you want to have a real business,
Yeah.
an actual business, then you have to be okay with looking those things up, doing that hard body
You got
research.
to.
And I guess also speaks to how serious are you about your business.
Exactly.
So when you have companies that approach you and individuals that approach you, what are some things that you look for that say, hey, this person is somebody serious and we definitely want to lock in with them? As a business owner, what are you looking for?
Well, they're looking for us to have all that type of stuff figured out already.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna talk like I was telling you earlier. These big distributions for music, they want to see you do 90% of the work. They're not gonna even take a meeting with you.
Yeah.
If it's not just about your buzz. It's about everything else that you've done to make them want to give you the bag, which will propel you to go to the next level. They don't want to have to circumvent and do all that type of work for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
So as far as what's a good deal for me, that was the question.
Yep.
Something that gives me 100% creative control.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And being as independent as I possibly can. Because I do know that you do have to sacrifice something, some points or some kind of percentages to get in bed with these people and do some real
Absolutely.
serious business.
Yeah.
But you got to have that leverage. It's a leverage game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get what you negotiate. You know what I'm saying? And with that mentality, it puts you in a space where how can you sign a bad deal?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like at this point, all your deals, nobody should be signing any bad deals anymore in 2022.
Not with all the knowledge we got out
Because you
here.
don't have to sign.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what it is.
Okay. Okay. So for you guys, when it comes down to scaling Love for Crew up in the next 6 months, what are some goals that you guys are looking at? What can we expect?
Oh, just for us to continue to drop dope shit. But no, realistically, we want to stay true to it, right? We don't want to get goofy with this, right?
Yeah.
This not a goofy brand. If you see us, you see Jay, he got the Love for Crew Authentic. We call it the legendary tracksuit.
Okay.
You're gonna always see a tracksuit in multiple colors.
Okay.
Like the crop hoodie that I got on today. We're known for our crop hoodies. And one of the things too, like that make us stand out too, is like our combination style of the hoodie.
Yeah.
Like the reason why we do that, so like for the big dogs and the girls who want to rock their chains and everything, it don't look all goofy, all buffed up. It lay flat like you on some player type stuff. Right?
Yeah.
So you know that's what we try to stay true to. The legging sets, the trackers, the joggers. You ain't about to see us do no refrigerator mag.
Not refrigerator mag.
You know, and all
gilding
that.
looking.
No gilding. But so in the next 6 months, it's like we want the culture to stay in tune to what we got going on. So we never reveal too much at one time. Like we ain't in no rush, like Jay say. He always said, and you know, we take the stairs, we ain't in a rush to take no elevator. And that don't mean we gotta, let's go ahead and drop 5 different looks at one time. No, we drop one dope look and you see what happens.
And
it's up. You know?
It's about that time for us to start doing pre-orders too, because I can't produce as fast as I create.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? The way I create, there's no way that I could produce like that without in the amount of time and with those amount of resources. So now, like what I'm starting to do now, as fast as I create it, I'll give people an opportunity to pre-order it.
Okay.
Which will then put the pressure back on me to produce it.
Go ahead and produce it.
So but you got to build yourself up to that level. You know what I'm saying? You can't
just off the top.
You can't off the top. Nobody knows your brand. You know brand recognition, and
that is so
expect
true.
Somebody to pre-order.
You
have to build that trust.
That trust for them to.
For them to understand and trust your product first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then you have to maintain a level of hotness.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Once you hot or got a buzz, then you can start doing stuff like that.
Exactly.
And like she was saying, my sweatshirts, I designed hoodies. All my hoodies have like a crew neck sweatshirt vibe, because I wear jewelry. A lot of people wear jewelry.
Yep.
So it'll lay flat on your chest, so you don't have to fluff it out, overdo it like that. So you have the hoodie with a combination, and I call it a combination because it's like a combination of a sweatshirt, hoodie.
Well, that's fire.
And so if you see anybody with that, they bit that from us.
I bite their neck off.
That's some love for Christian.
Bite it right on side.
All the way down. No, but I love the brand.
Thank you.
And before we got here, I got to touch on this real quick. Okay. A lot of people think they got logos and it be caricatures. Can you just define for the people what is a logo versus a caricature? Because I see a lot of business out here that got a little cartoon character and a smile. I ain't shady you, but there's a difference in a quality logo. Because when you look at Gucci and Christian Dior, it's very simple.
Exactly.
It's clean and elegant. So how do you define a true look? This is a logo.
A logo is something that's established by having it copyright and trademark. You know what I'm saying? Like that's an official logo. If you haven't done that part of the business, then you selling merch. You know what I'm saying? They go back to merch. Like if you put in cartoon characters, you really don't have the clearance,
the rights to
and
use
the rights, the licensing to use that type of stuff. So you just one phone call, one email away from getting a cease and desist. So you building a whole brand and buzz on something that can get come to a screeching halt. You know what I'm saying? So
and your logo should be a conversation starter.
Okay.
So the one thing I like about, if you look at some of the greats like Love for Crew, Gucci, Christian Dior, as you see how I've dropped that in there.
That was real smooth. That was smooth right there. Yeah, that was smooth.
That's how we come.
That was smooth right there.
So think about this though, right? So you see us for the first time, right? And you see this logo of 2 hands. Is that not gonna want you to ask a question like, what does that mean? What that stand behind? If you see like different things when Gucci and Louis be doing like the monogram and stuff, you ain't gotta get all crazy with it. Like make it simple. Make it a statement. That's why I like to call logos conversation starters. Because every time I wear Love for Crew, people are like, what is that? And that get me to, I'm going to talk about the brand all day long. You know what I'm saying? So conversation starters, I can easily go on what is the website and print Daffy Duck holding the t-shirt and be like, damn, I got a dope logo. Like, no, that ain't no logo.
Not the Daffy Duck.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
true.
not. Conversation starters. Simple. You know what I'm saying? And then the way that CRUJAY designed the logo, like this right here is hand stitched.
Wow.
All the way down to the words Brandon and Co.
That is
like we take pride in our patches and our logos into the back of even like he was selling early in the interview, even the back in the collar. So you have to have a passion behind it, and it has to be a conversation starter.
Yeah, yeah. And see, what I'm hearing overall for everybody that's out there listening, there are standards, there are criteria, there are, high protocol. You know what I'm saying? To really be there, and it's time for us as businesses to stand up and not be afraid to be held accountable for standing in our greatness.
Yeah.
So with that being said, where can our listeners find out more about Love for Crew? Where can we shop? Where can we support? Let them know.
Oh, 100%. So first way I want y'all to go is to go on to the website,
the good old
www.
Not the www.
The www. Because you got to talk like that so the people can hear, because it's early in the morning and they're on their way to work and they trying. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to spell it out for you so you ain't got no typos. But don't worry, the way we coming, you put it in Google, it's going to come up automatically. That's what happens.
Winning.
So, it's www.LUV4CRU.com.
Okay.
Dope apparel on the website. I definitely want you guys to pull out your phone if you can. Go ahead and hit up Instagram. The very first page I want you to pull up is our official Brandon & Co. page, which is Love for Crew _ Brandon & Co. And then you gotta follow this creative genius over here. You gotta follow CRUJAY. He be dropping gems all the time. We be in restaurants, he dropping gems. So
Appreciate
follow
that.
Love for CRUJAY at Instagram.
Put your hands together one time for
And then you can follow your girl LUXE. You know what I'm saying? She's a hard working woman, so she always busy. So you might want to DM him, and then he'll let me know what's up, because I'm always working.
Look, I hear both of them.
All of them. But again, it's Love for Crew _ LUXE. I go by LUXE. And then if you pull that up, man, let me tell you how dope we are and how hard we are out here in the street with the street couture. You pull up Love for Crew, you're going to see a gang of pages, because we got a gang of brand ambassadors. We got a gang of people that follow us and believe in the mission and work in this process. So I want you guys to tap in. And then we ain't forget about Facebook.
Come on now.
We on Facebook too.
For the old folks.
We Love for Crew Brandon & Co.
Okay.
And then for you younger generations, we are also on TikTok.
I was gonna say, you been
you know we on TikTok. You know we be on TikTok.
With the trend.
TikTok.
Yes.
You
So
got
They
TikTok.
don't stop.
Yes. And the TikTok page is L4C Brandon & Co.
I love it.
Yep. So definitely follow us on platforms. We release greatness all the time. Sometimes Jay will drop some exclusive stuff at midnight. Stay tapped in. We appreciate all you guys. Much love and support from the day ones and everybody that's out there. But it's up from here.
Yep.
And it's up from here. Well, I have enjoyed you guys. I have a lot of love, respect, and just admiration for the brand.
Likewise.
I'm happy to rock it. Whatever y'all need, whenever you trying to come drop some news and you need a platform, Jay, you let me know. Hey, Chelsea, I need to get in. I need to put some stuff in the air. Consider 101 TKO your spot to just come and, hey, you ain't got to do nothing but call and say, hey, I need to get on air.
Always.
So it's always
Thank
love
you.
here.
We appreciate that.
Man, you already know what time it is. Well, thank y'all for listening. You know what time it is. 101 TKO Radio, knocking them out the box. I will see you guys on Monday. But for now, make sure you go to loveforcrew.com. Order your crop hoodie. Order your tracksuit. Order me something too, as long as it ain't gilded. Anyway, I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah.